We've got a traditional septic system already in place over here. The main drain is right here into a precast concrete box, which is, 3 cavities. It's the same sort of thing you see everywhere in suburban housing. But we've got an added feature to talk about today. It's called the Infiltrator, and we have Carl Thompson here to tell us more about it.
Hello, Bob.
How are you, Carl?
Great.
Up to now, I'm right. This is just your basic standard septic system, right?
That's right. From the tank down to the D box, the distribution box, it's all the same.
Yes. And we are, of course, on Cape Cod, where the digging is easy.
That's right.
And there's nothing here but this wonderful sand and some gravel that you'll see in the trenching. But tell me what the Infiltrator does. What's the concept?
I can tell you what it does different than a more traditional system is the more traditional system might be we dig this trench and put 12 inches of rock in it.
And that's actually, we should back up and explain what the drain field does.
Right. What the drain field does is takes the water that's partially treated from the septic tank and puts it through another treatment process where there's biological activity in the drain field, there's bugs at work, it's treating the wastewater, and then the soil gives it kind of a final polish.
And it leaches through.
That's right, that's right.
And usually that involves a lot of gravel?
A lot of gravel. You'd put gravel in traditionally before the chambers were around, and what the gravel does is, if this was the bottom of our trench and we had gravel on the surface, what happens over time is a biological mat forms on the bottom of the trench. And that's a good thing. That's where a lot of the treatment takes place. But for the water to get through this layer, it can only get through these spaces between the rock. It can't get through the rock itself. So the rock's taken up about 60% of the area. So that's how a chamber is different. We completely remove everything from the bottom, and you get, you can see here, 100% open surface.
And I think we get why they call it the Infiltrator, because it totally infiltrates and perks into the soft soil.
That's right, that's right.
Now, what are these made out of?
These are made out of polyolefin, either high-density polyethylene or polypropylene. It's nearly 100% recycled. We are a big user of recycled material.
And so there's leaching action that goes out sideways as well?
Out the side and the bottom, that's correct.
And does it affect, does this system affect the length of leach field that you need to put in?
It really does. In most states, and these are regulated at the state level typically, because it's more efficient, because we've removed the blockages from the surface, we can put in a system that's a lot smaller. So here in Massachusetts, it might be 40% smaller.
All right, so what we've got from the distribution box is this one length that's already in place.
That's right.
And it's what, maybe 40, 50 feet?
About 50 feet long. 8 chambers that are 6 1/4 feet long.
And of course, we already said we don't have to put any crushed stone.
That's right.
The digging is easy, so what I'm getting at is there must be a cost effectiveness to the system, right?
There really is. The contractors who put these in love them. Instead of taking the stone and putting it in and having to spend a lot of time leveling, these go in real easy. They just snap together, and there's usually a cost savings.
And then what they're doing now from the D box is taking the PVC pipe over to the next trench, which is what, 12 feet over?
It's about 8 1/2 feet from edge to edge, and the distribution box is just separating the flow equally to 2 of each of the infiltrator chamber lines.
Okay. And of course, one of the key things is pitch. Everything has to be pitched at enough of an angle so
we work with gravity.
You work with gravity, exactly. How long has this system been around?
About 17 years.
Oh, okay, so it's not that brand new.
No, it isn't. We've got to the point where we're about 1 out of every 4 septic systems that goes in.
So that would imply that it's accepted by most health boards throughout the country?
Really everywhere. It's accepted in all 50 states and into all the provinces of Canada as well.
Okay, so it is a definite alternative to the traditional leaching field.
That's correct.
Thank you, Carl.
Thank you, Bob.